All right, buckle up, because today we're diving into something truly wild.
Oh, lay it on me. What's got you so hyped?
It's all about human potential, the thrill of competition, and, oh yeah, some of the biggest names in sports going head-to-head with, well, regular people.
Sounds intriguing. Where did you come across this? Is this like some underground tournament or something?
Think bigger. Way bigger. It's Mr. Beast. He created this whole YouTube video where he's got guys like Tom Brady, Noah Lyles, Bryce Harper, you name it, competing against everyday folks.
Okay, Mr. Beast, you know it's going to be entertaining. But I don't know, what's the point? Like, what are they playing for? Bragging
Oh,
rights?
there's bragging rights for sure, but also, like, mountains of cash. I mean, serious prizes. But beyond that, it really makes you think about what happens when ordinary people get a shot against these absolute titans of their sport.
Yeah, I mean, talk about pressure. I'd be shaking in my boots going up against any of those guys.
Exactly. It's like, can anyone truly beat the unbeatable?
So, where do we start with this Mr. Beast spectacle? Who's first up on the chopping block?
We're kicking things off with Tom Brady. Yeah, the Tom Brady. 7 Super Bowl rings that Joe ate, going up against a high school football player named Jake. And get this, they're having a balloon popping contest.
Wait, Tom Brady popping balloons. Is this like a joke or something?
No joke. Well, maybe a little bit of a joke. I mean, it's not exactly the image that comes to mind when you think of the all-time greatest quarterback, right?
Right. So what? They just chuck footballs at balloons? Is there like a special twist or something? Mr. Beast always has a twist.
Of course there's a twist.
Uh,
Because Brady is, well, Brady, his target balloons are way smaller.
Okay. So even in a balloon popping contest, they've got to level the playing field. Makes sense.
Exactly. It's not like they're just going to let some high school kid walk all over Brady.
No, but I bet that kid is still feeling the pressure, you know? Going up against his idol with all those people watching.
Yeah, you can see it in his face, right?
Hmm.
He's nervous, excited, like all the emotions at once.
And then you've got Brady, Mr. Cool and Collected himself. I wonder what's going through his head.
Well, whatever it was, it must have been distracting because on his second throw, Brady misses.
No. He missed. Come on, we're talking about Tom Brady here. A 20-yard target.
I know, right? Mr. Beast even makes a joke about the rain, but you can tell even he's surprised. It's like even the greatest can have an off day.
Or maybe it was the pressure, you know? Like, even he feels it sometimes.
Maybe. It's a good reminder that these guys are human, right? They're not robots.
Yeah, that human element makes it even more exciting. So what happened after Brady's miss? Did Jake, like, completely freak out?
He kept his cool,
Mm.
focused on his own throws, and you know what? He won. Took home the 100 grand. Crowd went wild.
That's awesome. What a way to start things off right. Underdog story, big money on the line, and even a little bit of a shock with Brady's miss.
Couldn't have asked for a better start. Now, ready for something even crazier.
Hit me with it. After that, nothing can surprise me.
All right, how about this? Noah Lyles, the fastest man in the world, racing his friend Jonah. And just to set the scene, Jonah's described as, and I quote, the fattest guy in the world.
Whoa, hold on. The fastest man in the world versus the fattest guy in the world. Over what distance? A marathon?
Not quite, it's 200 meters.
Okay, so you're already setting us up for a pretty epic mismatch here. What rules could they possibly come up with to make this even remotely fair?
Okay, so they give Jonah a head start, right? Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. But how much of a head start are we talking? Like half the track?
Here's the kicker. For every 10 meters of head start, Jonah loses 10 grand from his potential winnings.
Ooh, now that's interesting. Adds a whole new layer to it, right? Strategy comes into play.
Exactly. It's not just about running fast, it's about like calculating the risk versus reward.
So what did he choose? What was the final head start?
They settled on 60 meters, which meant if he somehow managed to outrun Noah Lyles, he'd win $40,000.
$40,000. Talk about motivation. Did he do it? Did he manage to pull off the impossible?
You tried. I mean, picture this, Jonah, sprinting for dear life with the fastest man on the planet closing in behind him. It was actually pretty intense to watch.
I bet. It's like the cheetah chasing down its prey or something.
Yeah,
But I'm guessing speed wins out in the end.
Lyles caught up to him, yeah. Like, it wasn't even close. But to Lyles' credit, he donated his winnings to charity.
Class move.
So we've had a football challenge, track and field showdown. What's next? Are we moving on to basketball?
Actually, we're stepping up to the plate for a home run derby. MLB superstar Bryce Harper versus a little leaguer named Big Justice.
Okay, I'm sensing a theme here. Mr. Beast loves pitting pros against complete amateurs. What's the twist this time? Surely they didn't just, give them the same setup.
Of course not. To even things out, Big Justice gets a closer fence, basically Little League distance compared to Harper's regulation setup. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Otherwise, it wouldn't even be a contest. So,
Yeah.
how'd it go? Was Big Justice just completely overwhelmed, or did he give Harper a run for his money?
This kid was a natural. He matched Harper swing for swing. The crowd was going crazy. It was down to the wire. And get this, they tied.
A tie. Seriously.
Oh.
That's wild. So what happened then? Did they, arm wrestle for the win?
Blood and death tiebreaker. And guess what? Big Justice took it home. Hit one more homer than Harper, won the whole thing.
Wow. Talk about an upset. I love that Mr. Beast puts these challenges together where, you never really know who's going to come out on top.
It keeps you guessing. And speaking of keeping you guessing, we're switching gears again. This time, it's golf.
Golf. All right. I'm intrigued. Who are we watching this time?
Bryson DeChambeau, two-time major champion.
DeChambeau, the guy's like a scientist when it comes to golf. Who's he up against? Another pro.
Nope, an amateur golfer named Aaron. And the skill difference, oh man, it's almost comical, like night and day.
I bet. So how do you even begin to make that a fair challenge? I mean, DeChambeau probably drives the ball, 300 yards?
More like 350 on a good day. But here's how they did it. DeChambeau plays with a regulation size hole, right? Standard stuff. But Aaron, his hole is massive. I'm talking like almost a kiddie pool compared to DeChambeau's.
Okay, I'm starting to get the visual, physically representing the skill gap. But even with that, you'd think DeChambeau would still have a pretty easy time. Right?
You'd think so. But on his first shot, DeChambeau hits the ball straight into the water.
What? No way. That's got to be messing with his head.
So did Aaron, just walk up and put it in for the win?
He almost did. It was so close, everyone thought it was going in. You could feel the tension in the air. I mean, people were holding their breath.
Talk about a turning point. So what happened next?
They went back and forth, both of them making mistakes. You could tell the pressure was getting to both of them. It was a real nail-biter. Man, I can't wait to find out what happens. We got to take a break here, but I'm already on the edge of my seat. So, spill the beans. Did DeChambeau pull it together, or did we get another upset?
Well, DeChambeau's the pro for a reason, right? He managed to, shake it off, and, yeah, he ended up winning.
Figures. But hey, at least Aaron made him work for it.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't easy. That whole thing was pretty tense. You can tell even DeChambeau was rattled for a bit there. Yeah. It shows you how much, the mental game matters, even for someone at his level.
Totally. It reminds me of another matchup, actually. Noah Lyles versus, get this, the streamer IShowSpeed.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering when we'd get to that one. Talk about an odd pairing.
Right. It's what were they thinking? A streamer known for his speed, I mean, the guy's name is IShowSpeed, going up against an actual Olympic gold medalist. It seems kind of crazy, but it actually makes you think about the role of belief,
What do you mean?
Well, Speed was so confident, absolutely convinced he could beat Lyles. It was almost contagious, And that kind of belief can actually make a difference.
Yeah, he wasn't intimidated at all. It was kind of refreshing to see, honestly. He was just hyped to be there, ready to race.
Exactly. It's like when you don't let those doubts creep in, you can unlock some serious potential. So who won? Did Speed's confidence translate into an actual victory?
Get ready for this. It was a tie.
No way! A tie! In a sprint against, the fastest guy on the planet.
Dead even. They had to look at the photo finish, zoom in and everything, just to figure out who won.
That's incredible. I mean, talk about an upset. Even though technically Lyles was declared the winner because the timing system registered him a fraction of a second faster, it's still crazy that Speed came that close.
Right. It shows you anything is possible. But, all right, ready for the main event.
Hit me with it. This is what I've been waiting for.
Cristiano Ronaldo versus a fan.
Whoa, hold on, rewind. Ronaldo, the Cristiano Ronaldo, facing off against some random dude.
Not just any random dude. This guy, Khalid, is Ronaldo's biggest fan.
Okay, so they're playing football, right? What, a penalty shootout or something?
Kinda, sorta. It's a target challenge. First to hit 3 targets.
Wins. And the stakes.
$1 million.
$9 million. Man, you talk about pressure. I bet that fan was freaking out.
Oh, yeah, he was nervous. But you could tell he was also determined, he was not going to let this opportunity slip away.
It's moments like that, right? Where the pressure is on, but you find a way to rise to the occasion. So how'd he do? Did he choke?
He actually hit a target before Ronaldo.
What? No way. I bet that sent shockwaves through the crowd.
Oh, yeah. Everyone was going wild. It was the whole stadium was rooting for him to win.
I can only imagine. So what did Ronaldo do? Crack under pressure?
He definitely looked surprised, but he's Ronaldo, right? He bounced back, hit 2 targets in a row. It was like he was on a mission to win it back.
So it came down to the wire, huh? $1 million on the line, the crowd going crazy, one shot to win it all.
It was intense. Khalid had to hit one more target to win. And he did it. Took home the $1 million.
That's incredible. Talk about a story to tell the grandkids. What a moment.
And Ronaldo, he was a total class act, congratulated Khalid, everything. It was a really cool one to see.
It's a good reminder that sportsmanship matters, right? Even when there's that much money on the line. But big picture, what do you think this video is trying to say, you know? What's the takeaway?
I think it's all about human potential, right?
Yeah.
Like, we saw all these underdogs going up against the best of the best, and some of them won. It shows you, if you believe in yourself and you push hard enough, anything's possible.
Totally. It's inspiring to see, and it makes you think, what's my version of this? You know, what's that one thing that seems impossible that I could actually achieve if I just went for it?
That's a great question, and I think that's the power of this video, right?
Yeah.
It sparks that thought in your head. What's my Mr. Beast challenge? It's funny, right? Like, you watch these guys, these everyday people taking on these insane challenges, and it makes you kind of want to try it yourself.
Like, if they can do it, why not me? It's definitely inspiring.
And it doesn't have to be like some huge public thing, you know. It could be anything, something personal that you've always wanted to do but just never like actually went for it.
Right. Like maybe you've always wanted to write a book or learn a new language or even just like finally clean out your garage. Whatever it is, it's about pushing yourself.
I think that's a big part of it, right? Pushing past those limits that we set for ourselves. Like, we tell ourselves we can't do something, but maybe we actually can if we just try.
Yeah, it's that voice in our head, you know, the one that says you're not good enough or this is too hard. We have to learn to ignore that voice.
And I think this video does a good job of showing that, you know. Like, even the best in the world, they mess up sometimes. We saw DeChambeau hit that ball into the water. We saw Tom Brady miss a throw. Even Ronaldo almost lost. But they didn't give up.
Yeah, it's not about being perfect, right? It's about keeping going, even when you make mistakes.
It's like the journey is just as important as the destination. You learn so much along the way about yourself, about what you're capable of.
Think about Big Justice, the kid who played against Bryce Harper. Even if he hadn't won, that experience, that's something he'll never forget.
Totally. And it's not just about the big moments either. It's about the small victories, those little wins along the way that keep you motivated.
So what's your Mr. Beast challenge? What's that one thing that you've always kind of dreamed of doing but haven't?
Yeah. What's that thing you're going to go for? What are you waiting for?
Don't let fear hold you back, right? Find those people who support you, who believe in you, and just go for it.
You never know what you might achieve.
And hey, even if you don't, you know, reach that ultimate goal, the experience itself is worth it.
Exactly. So to everyone listening, go out there, find your challenge, and embrace it. We got this.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.